What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at XRP, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's video, we are going to be continuing discussing what we were talking about in yesterday's episode, which was basically the fact that we were actually able to discover some very interesting trends forming on some of the major cryptocurrencies, such as XRP and Bitcoin. We started to notice a very interesting ascending triangle that has seemingly held up pretty well over the past couple of days, even after the massive correction we saw. So I want to discuss whether or not this pattern is still holding, whether this is something we should use in regards to capitalizing on future profits and returns, as well as if we could see this break in the near future and form another correction to the downside. If any of that sounds interesting, definitely make sure to watch the video to the end. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. And a huge shout out, I heard you guys like the fireplace. Let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday's video we discussed talking about what no other XRP Ripple YouTuber was talking about, which I felt like was this trend that not many people have noticed. Today's video I wanted to talk more so into what a 2021 price prediction for XRP and the other cryptocurrencies could hold. And I feel like this is an important topic, as most people are probably confused as to what the future is going to hold for these cryptocurrencies. Now, it's going to be my general opinion and price prediction moving forward, as it's going to be fairly difficult to figure out long-term gain, but it's something we don't really talk about on the channel, long-term price predictions. We usually do short-term. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about both the short-term and long-term price prediction. As for right now in 2020 or 2021, you can see just for today, top 10 cryptos, things are mainly down except for XRP, which is very interesting. Everything else is down about 2 to 3%. XRP is the only coin that's up on the 7-day charts about 30%, which is still incredible, and only up 1% on the daily. Now, to jump right into today's episode, you can see what's very interesting, and this is the formation that we discussed. So what held us different than a lot of the other cryptocurrencies is in the fact that we started creating higher low formations. This is on the short-term price prediction that I have. So in regards to the next couple of days, it's very interesting to see this higher low formation fall. If we were to continue to correct lower, we probably would have breached our prior low and created a lower low, which would have been a bearish signal to correct to the downside. What's interesting is this actually didn't happen. We managed to create a higher low from the past one, and it seems like we're still headed up. So what's interesting too, and I was not able to figure this out earlier, is there was a clear double top which formed, which corrected the price back down, but it didn't breach us lower than our prior low at 22 cents. We actually fell down to 26 cents, which is in a higher low formation. So you can see where these prices retest every time. 1, 2, this is a third one, and we're heading higher and higher up as we speak. What's interesting is we're currently battling this 4-hour moving average, which may or may not break bullish. I do believe if we break above this moving average in the near future, which could be today into, I would say, no, we'll probably find out probably the end of today, which direction we plan on moving to, as today is the 13th, and now actually we have quite a bit of time. This could breach probably within the next 3 or 4 days. I was reading it incorrectly. You can see at the bottom right here, the days that it formed to. If you look at the bottom, this would be the 12th, which we're currently at right now, or the 13th, which we're currently at right now, and then we breach in the 14th, we have 15, and then 16, maybe into the 17th, which I don't see happening. Probably within the next 3 days, we could see a breach above this 4-hour moving average, which could hold some fairly positive value in us going up to this, retesting this resistance level that's right here at 35 cents. But I do believe in the near future, and this ends right on the 25th, which is in 12 days, like a little over a week or around a week and a half of consolidation, we could see prices moving higher and higher. And I do think this is going to happen. Currently, we have a beautiful support. We do have this uptrend, which is holding on very well. Prices are reacting very good when we retest this and we shoot up higher. Currently, we're breaching this resistance right now, this moving average. If we break above that, anticipate another retest of 35 cents, which would be a great long position we can open on Bityard. Otherwise, if we consolidate lower, we'll probably retest and re-hit the 28-cent resistance area. If at any point we retest this again, there's a good chance we could buy in for a small long opportunity back up to the upside. Ultimately, as we consolidate out, this ends right around the 25th, like I said. This is going to be huge looking into the next month or two for, XRP. If XRP manages to break this resistance at 35 cents, which could happen sooner, could happen on the 20th, could happen on the 25th. If we breach this resistance at 35 cents, there's a very good chance in the near future we are going to pop bullish and we're going to see a swing up to easily 45, 50 cents, if not higher. Vice versa, if the ascending triangle breaks bearish, and we'll know when we get closer to that time period, we could see a very awesome and quick short opportunity back down to 23 cents, if not 25 cents, where we were just at yesterday or the day before. So I do think in regards to short term, we do have some pretty big potential. So in regards to long-term price prediction, it really depends on how we close this month's candle. If we close above 35 cents at the end of this month, there's a good chance we're going to head higher in the near future. If we don't break above this and we see a short, there's a good chance in regards to moving, forward in the future, we could see a short opportunity. Notice what I'm showing you guys right now. Notice where resistance is currently relying and how strong of a resistance we're currently at. We do have a moving average, which we've retested in the past, and it was fairly negative, but we're currently battling this right now. So if we manage just today, if not this week, to close the candle above this moving average on the weekly chart, we could eventually start to trade in between to a high of 49.50 cents. This is very bullish, and we'd be buying in for a long that would trade us in between this moving average. So not only do we have 4-hour resistance, which we're currently retesting, we also have weekly resistance, which we're currently retesting. So if at any point we breach above here and close a weekly candle and the 4-hour candle above this resistance area, we have much higher movements ahead. We could shoot easily up to 50 cents, and if not higher than that, up to 75, 80 cents if the market allows us to. But ultimately, long-term does look fairly nice. We're fairly undervalued as we speak. We're trading at 50 on the RSI. This could allow us to breach above here, and we could see prior returns and prior all-time highs for 2020 to happen in 2021 moving forward. So I think we look very nice right now. We're still focusing in on that 4-hour. The weekly does align itself very nicely, but this is a very strong resistance we're currently battling. I do think we'll be able to break above here in the next couple of days. We should be able to head higher up inside that weekly chart that we saw. But ultimately, we do have an ascending triangle with a very strong resistance at 35 and a very strong uptrend, which is currently holding on fairly well. Obviously, if at any point this is a good opportunity to buy in long or buy in for a short, I will be using Bityard. You can see currently how we're battling this right now. We are holding on to a very strong support. I will obviously create some sort of trade. We'll leverage this right here on a market order, not a limit order. Buying in maybe 10 times or 15 times leverage. We can do up to 3,500 with this. And then we'll buy in for that long or that short opportunity, create a stop loss if we have to. So if you guys are interested in checking out Bityard, I did link them in the description. Highly recommend you check them out as they do have a ton of different cryptocurrencies available there. They have a ton of cryptocurrencies here. And they also offer a demo account where you don't even have to put in your own money. They allow you to trade on, how would you call it? It's play money. It's play money. You can test your skills, test my skills, see if you create a profit. If you do, then you can consider buying in with actual cryptocurrency. Now, moving on to these other cryptocurrencies, seeing what is, in the future, what are we looking at? You can see not only XRP with an uptrend, as we discussed, but Ethereum is holding on to one as well. Ethereum is actually above its moving average, which is great. There is higher lows being reset on the 4-hour, and there is a clear resistance up at 1355. So I do think within the next couple of days, this ends right at the end of January, very similar to XRP, which ends on the 25th. This ends on the 1st or the 31st of January, the 1st of February. We could see a battle between here. Obviously, moving towards short-term movements, we have clearly a bunch of room for us to buy long and sell short on Bityard too. For retest the bottom support, good chance we'll swing back up to 1350, which would be a great long opportunity when we leverage it. And vice versa, when we finally decide to complete this ascending triangle, we'll have two opportunities to be buying in. There will either be a massive dump and a short back down to the moving average, or we'll see a big opportunity to buy and long as we now make even more all-time highs for 2021. Same thing applies itself with Bitcoin, as we've also noticed a very beautiful ascending triangle forming. A clear top was definitely formed at 40,000, I'd say 40,460, with a clear and beautiful uptrend that's holding very well. We have a beautiful support. It looks like we're going to bounce off this, and I wouldn't be surprised within the next couple of days if we actually start to travel higher and retest $40,000 again. Just because we have this drop doesn't necessarily mean that this is the end of cryptocurrency. We may actually form higher movements in the near future. The only concerning thing is this bearish MACD. We had the bearish cross on the MACD, which is a signal of a reversal. So at any point, if we manage to break below this uptrend here, and it'll make this stand out more so you guys get a better understanding. If at any point we break below this uptrend, there's a good chance we're going to short back down to the daily, to this 4-hour right here, or sorry, to the daily moving average. Extending this out, you can see what I'm referring to. Multiple retests on this support level. Multiple, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 here. There's a good chance, I think, in the next couple of hours, if not day or two, we're going to start to move back up to retest this top resistance. I'll move this right here. This also looks like a clear double top. We can zoom in even closer to get a better look. Not so much, but this uptrend is definitely one that is withstanding quite a lot of resistance. So I do believe we have this much room to fill before we see some sort of big injection into the market, big volume movement. But for right now, there's a good chance we could see a swing back up to 40,000, back up to all-time highs. So just be mindful of that. Otherwise, looking at Litecoin, Litecoin is very undervalued. We saw a massive breach to the downside, extending things out to the weekly. Still extremely overbought. We're finally coming back to a more neutral area. Even on the daily, we don't look too bad. I mean, it's unfortunate we broke below some pretty critical resistances and supports. And we fell back down, got caught on this bottom support at 122. But it's kind of a tricky one to grab. So I'm kind of staying away from Litecoin for right now and focusing mainly on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. As for the S&P 500, this is obvious. We had a beautiful ascending fractal forming, and to see some small correction to the downside, allowing us to trade sideways, it was expected. So I'm not too worried about the S&P 500. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys like the fireplace. I saw some good comments about that. Hopefully you make sure to subscribe, as we just broke 25,300 subs on our way to 30,000 subscribers. Make sure to turn on post notifications, smash the like button, as it does help support the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.